Hello, everybody. We're back from the Reapercon. I have some stuff to show off. And then we're just going to start putting paint on minis again. I painted some of this while I was there, but very little actually got painted. From that guy. I have so many images that I had open from my the stuff that I was gonna paint for Reapercon that is no longer happening because it's done. I have all these paints I need to put away. Oh, jeez. Thank you, Cranston. Yeah. Their medals this year were so fancy. Like, look at these velvet boxes that the medals came in this year. So fancy. The fanciest. I think this is the first year they've come in something like this. Like a velvet box. It's actually velvet. The medals look really nice. Wish I could have entered something. Yes. And then my silver as well. I got my silver in painters. This one is a little scratched up. I don't even know how that could have possibly happened. I don't have a cloth to clean it. But yeah, my silver. Covered in dog fur, as, you know, as it would be, but it definitely seemed like the diorama category is really, really hard to score high in because this got low bronze. My diorama submission got low bronze. It didn't even get like a baseline bronze. Like it was almost a certificate. Which is insane to me. But that is it is what it is. I need to like actually reach out to some of the judges and ask like what makes a good diorama. Like they have the little categories that you get the percentages in. But I don't understand because there were some dioramas that got gold that were like it didn't even look like a diorama to me. Like it was literally just a single mini on a base. And I'm like, how is that a diorama? Like I don't understand. I don't understand how the category works. So anyway, but yeah. So that got bronze and then my painters got silver. Next year gold. Yeah, I say that every year and then I don't paint enough. But yeah, so this is what my painter's entry ended up looking like. I went back and forth on this mini. It's got a bunch of stuff, flock on it and stuff now. But I went back and forth on this mini for such a long time trying to bring the contrast up, especially on the feathers. It was really, really hard to do. For some reason, when I was at Reapercon, my brush, the paint on my brush was drying before I could even get it to the miniature. So trying to do all these like tiny lines on everything was so freaking difficult. Um, yeah. But we ended up getting it painted and getting it entered, and it scored a solid silver. So I know I was in Texas, but it was humid as heck there. It wasn't dry. When I was in classes, the paint was taking forever to dry. I think it was just that big vendor hall. Anyway, that was what the entry ended up looking like. I did the cloak. I actually used pink. You can probably tell a little bit on like the edges around where the face is, but I used pink to highlight it up instead of purple. The collective body heat was drying into the paint, right? Well, speaking of next year, I'm gonna start my entries for next year now. I'm actually gonna do it. I have a few minis that I bought specifically with the intention of entering them next year. So I'll show off all the random stuff that I got. Show it all off. I got this cool little Reapercon bag. Pretty neat. Maybe it was the fan? No, I don't think it was. I'll just start my entry now. You actually have to do it though. I didn't spend very much money, so I'm very proud of myself about that. Um, these minis are all from a company called Unit 3D. They don't even have like an online store. This one was given to me, and this one was given to me by them. This is a oh crap, what's the name of this? Tasmanian tiger. This is a Tasmanian tiger. Um, and then this guy is just a little unicorn. Not unicorn. I don't know. Deer. Seahorse. I think. I don't know. Anyway. But they gave me these two. And then I bought these kobolds. So there's four kobolds. They made it home almost entirely unscathed. I always worry about little fiddly minis that are 3D printed because they will break super easily. But these ones, for the most part, made it. This guy lost the other side of whatever this weapon was, and I can't find it. So that's okay. Biggest kobolds you've ever seen? Yeah, they're like, I don't know. They're big boys. Big boy kobolds. They're hob kobolds. Anyway, I thought these were cool. And you can never get too many kobolds, so I bought those. This guy actually from my diorama was from them as well. A couple of years ago, I bought this. So I was happy to see them again, and they remembered me, which I was shocked. 54mm kobolds. I broke down and bought an Xbox Series X 1TB today. Should arrive on Friday. Telling myself it was an investment. I got my Xbox for free, but that happens when you work in gaming. And I've literally never used it. I have an Xbox and I've never used it. I use the controller all the time, but I've never actually used the Xbox. We're more of a PlayStation family in this household, so it happens. I have a whole bunch of other stuff to show. So let's see. Oh, there was one more mini from them, from the Unit 3D folks, and it was this little displacer beast kitten, which I thought was very cute. Part of the I can't remember if this was the VIP bundle. It's missing two legs though, but it's just a kitten. It'll grow them. It's a kitten. It's not a cat. It's a kitten. Gotta grow them in. How do you even open this? I guess I have to cut it right here. Is that how biology works? I don't know. The Hall and Fame meet and greet. Okay. Oh, I got number 21 out of 400. I had not opened this because I didn't want to have to open stuff and then repackage it. Pretty cool. I don't know if I will ever paint it. It's got some supports that need to be removed. But pretty neat. Put it back in the box and probably put it on a shelf and never open it up again is more than likely what's gonna happen with this. Oh, also, my ribbons. This is probably the longest that my ribbons have ever been. And I wasn't even really trying. But I got a lot. Dr. Bob ended up with over 100 ribbons on his. But I thought that was pretty neat. I love painting busts, but there's no market for them. They're my guilty pleasure. I have a shelf full of them. Yeah. I feel like it's one of those things that it's kind of just for painting purposes. It's just like you paint it up for display. This I got from the Midnight Heroes booth because if you entered one of the Midnight Heroes minis into the competition, which I did, you could go to them and they would give you this miniature, which basically is one of the skeletons, but it's got like the Wolverine claws on it. They also gave me... Where did those go? I posted a picture of them. The earrings. The little earrings. And then I painted them while I was there because I was like, why not? It'll take 2 seconds to paint them. So I painted them. But that was cute. That was all I got from the Midnight Heroes booth this time. I have most of their other stuff, so I didn't really need more. But I did take a painting black and white class so that I could try to paint up the pandas from their latest, or one of their latest Kickstarters. Whoops. Fan God gave me this. This was one of the Ignition Core minis. It was like in a bundle. And I thought this was the cutest one out of all of them. And he was like, I'm never going to paint this. Do you want it? And I was like, heck yes, I do. It's so freaking cute. It's just like a little bunny mage. So this is from the Ignition Core team. I thought it was pretty adorable. You painted terrain today? Nice. I paint them so I have a reason to dust them later, forever. This company, Daedalus Studios, I went over to them and we were just talking, and I had them roll a d20 for my stickers. From all three of them did that. And I hadn't planned on buying anything. And as soon as they rolled the d20s, I think the person that was running the booth, the whatever dude, he gave me this miniature. It's hard to see it because it's clear, but it is a it's a fox, It's a fox wizard. He just was like, here, take this. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. His tail is broken, but we can fix that. Again, with the 3D printing, it's like you just have to be really careful. And then I came back the next day because I felt bad that I didn't buy anything from them, and then I bought 3 minis. So these are all anthropomorphic raccoons. This one is a druid with a staff. This one is a druid with a spear, and this one is a druid with a wand. So they're all druids, but they're raccoons, so I'm going to send them to Runic Raccoon. So I bought these for Runic Raccoon. I don't know if this is like the kind of stuff that he will paint, but I bought them for him because he's my buddy, and I'm sad that he wasn't able to come this year. This was from Sigwolf. It was a little clip to hold your ribbons on your badge. Unfortunately, it didn't work super well because it would just slip off. So I think next year he's gonna refine his stuff, and he's gonna put like jaws on those. So that was cool. This is one of my class minis. It looks awful. I didn't post any of the pictures from the classes that I took. This was like the painting black and white class. I kind of feel like I still don't really get it very much, but that's okay. What else do I have in here? Oh, the Skeleton Guardians minis. So these are just 4 skeletons. These will probably be fun to paint. I can probably do a speed paint of these guys. This was the mini that you got for going around and getting all your hole punch, your punch card punched. I kind of want to paint the skeletons. Yeah, the dragon clips were awesome. Yes, they were super cool. I got the last one, and I didn't even trade something that was from myself. Just so happened to be in the right place at the right time to get a trade. I picked up 2 of the Reapercon specific miniatures. So this is the Reapercon 2024 Sophie. I just thought she looked really good. You should see what my son traded. What did your son trade? I think he said he was going to post pictures, right? And then the other one was the Mouselings. I got the Mouselings. I just think I always think the Mouselings are super cute. Wait, why do I have 2? Where did I get 2 from? I have 2 of the Mouselings. Maybe I bought one, and I had already had one. Oh dear. Okay, well, I've got 2 of the Mouselings. And then this was the other one that I ended up getting, the Dwarf Fighter. This one, I was kind of sad because it has so many supports that need to be broken off. I don't like the 3D printed ones from Reaper yet. If it didn't have all the supports on it, it would be okay. But it's too many supports to remove. A doppelganger Mouseling diorama? Yeah, right? No, wait. I have 2 of the Sophies as well. You know what? I think I might be dumb. I think I got these, forgot I had them, and then went and bought them. I think that's exactly what happened. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, I guess I'll give these away to somebody. I'll do a giveaway for them or something, because I am a dingus. What else? The Owlbear Pokey Tool, and then there's another Pokey Tool. Where is it? Here it is. The Cat Dragon Pokey Tool. So I have 2 more Pokey Tools that are going to go in the drawer with all of my other Pokey Tools, which I have probably like a dozen of them now. I'll probably pick up a selfie when they put them online. Yeah. So that's funny. I duped some of my minis there. Oh well, what are you gonna do? This from Reaper, the small gelatinous cube. This came with the clears, the glosses, the paints. I got this little pumpkin from Dogfather. And then I got these pins from Capsule Chibi Heriberto, as well as this mini. It's the Reaper cat. Hold on, let me open it up. It's too shiny inside this Reaper cat. So cute. It's a giant paintbrush. It's like a giant paintbrush with paint coming out of it. That is freaking adorable. I love this. Heriberto always comes with like the coolest gifts. So those. And then the paints. So we got the tints or the glosses. Tinted glosses. So blue, purple, green, yellow, red, and black. These are mainly made for clear miniatures, I guess. I can try it out on the gelatinous cube. Tip sheet. I love that they gave you a sheet on how to like actually paint them. And then there was 2 triads. So there was the Reapercon triad. And by the way, for those of you curious, I took my paints and I just put them in a little Ziploc baggie and I carried them on with me and it was fine. So I guess I can do that next year again. Hey, Fangod! So the first triad was the non-metallic metal silver. So here it is. I just put the green on the mini gel cube. Nice. I did not read the instructions. And then the next triad was the Reapercon triad. So it came with Rust Monster Hide, Phthalo Green, and Batwing Black. Which Batwing Black looks like it kind of looks blue. Let's see. Oh, look at that. It's blue. I was like, I can't tell from the tube, but it looks blue, and that definitely looks blue. So it's just a very dark blue. That's like Batman blue. Yeah, and then this Rust Monster Hide is kind of just a brown, reddish brown. Not even reddish, actually. And then the Phthalo Green is just Phthalo Green. That's a pretty nice looking green, though. Who is calling me? Why is someone calling me? Nobody calls me. What's happening right now? Republic Services. We're calling to inform you that we're running all of our normal... Okay, cool. Thanks, Republic Services. Appreciate it. Anyway, outside of that, I only got 2 more things. And they were both from DGS Games. Minis from DGS. Because I wanted to submit from DGS, but I wasn't really terribly happy with the mini that I painted for that, which was this guy. Like, I wasn't terribly happy with the way that he was coming out. So I decided to just stop painting him and paint something else. I probably could have done some really cool stuff with, like, the tail. Like, I could have made scales on it and whatever. But I ran out of time, so I stopped trying to paint him. So the two minis that I got, the first one is this little demon guy. His name is Thorn Ripper. And he is already put together. He's just one piece, which is nice. This is what he looks like. I just thought it was a cute little monster guy. He's got some cleanup work to him here. He's got some resin that cured between the arms there that I need to fix. But I don't know, I just thought it was cute. It's a cute little angry guy. And then the second one that I got from DGS was this. It's going to be impossible to know what it looks like, but basically it's an owlbear. It's from Freeblades. It's the DGS Games booth. It's an owlbear mount with like a lancer that sits on it. It's in so many pieces. I'm gonna have to actually like put it together. But yeah, it's like a lancer. So I thought this one was really neat looking. So we might be able to get that done, submitted by next year. And I already showed off the mini that you gave me, Fangod. The little bunny. The wee bun. I did back Bone 6. My Bone 6 is currently sitting, right there. That's my Bone 6 right there. I got it. And it's because I didn't order the paints or the lighthouse or whatever. So I already got my order. None of them really stand out. Yeah, see, that was my problem, too. I was looking for stuff that I was like, I need something to speak to me, and nothing was speaking to me. So that's why it took me such a long time to do anything, to paint anything for Reapercon. Because I was like, none of this stuff is like really calling out to me. I went all in as usual, still waiting on mine. Yeah. See, I heard that the people that went all in, they had to wait because some of their stuff it's all there. It's just some of it's in like a different warehouse or something. I'm not 100% certain how well that worked, but I didn't go all in this time, so my stuff already arrived. But yeah, that was all of the stuff that I got from Reapercon this year. I think I spent less than $200. I also bought James a t-shirt, but I don't feel like that doesn't count. Don't have space for it anyway. Yeah, it was actually pretty funny because the Southpaw Crafts folks, they did a little bit of different stuff this time. Like, they didn't have as many shirts, and they got a laser cutter, so they started doing like laser cut stuff, like DM screens and like boxes and just other stuff out of wood. And I guess people were going up to the booth and asking for the Holly Monster merch, and it wasn't there anymore because it didn't sell last year, so they were like, why would we bring it back again this year? But people were asking for it this year. So they're like, oh, we'll probably at least have to bring back the shirt and the apron for next year because folks were asking for it for those two things specifically. So I thought that was cute that people were asking for it. I actually did see one person wearing the shirt, but I don't think they knew who I was. I think they just liked the shirt and they had gotten it a couple years back or something. Because they didn't recognize me. I walked up. I handed them a sticker. I was like, oh, I see your shirt, and like, here's a sticker. I brought my holographic stickers, and that person was like, thanks. Like, they had no idea who I was. So I think they just liked the shirt for the shirt, which is fine. They were just paying my house. I spent so much money. Did you? I spent about $300. All but 10 of it was at Ignition Core. Oh my gosh. I saw Holly Monster apron. I want a custom Molly Honster apron. You can ask. I don't know if they'll do it. But yeah, that was all the stuff that I got this year. Not a ton. Not a ton. I didn't go ham like I do usually do. And a good amount of the stuff that I got was like the free stuff. So like or not free, but like the stuff that was included in the sets and stuff like that. So I'll keep those out because those are going to Runic. The Holly Monsters tune looks awesome. Yeah, she's very cute. And people really like her because they see it and they're like, oh, I also have no idea what I'm doing. 250 at Kana, 400 at CVP. Oh my god. You're gonna have so many of their miniatures. Have you ever painted one of their minis? Crazy person. Alright, these medals. Oh wait, where did my challenge coin go? I got a challenge coin for this miniature as well. Hey, Braun. No one likes your hateful attitude. I didn't go any conventions this weekend, but I did pick up a Woobles kit. Which one did you get? Cranston, Woobles, everyone crochet. Get into it. That's too funny. Emilio the turtle. Cute. I haven't crocheted a turtle yet. One of the only water creatures that I haven't crocheted. Hey, Celtic Boar. Where'd you get the paint palette made out of silicone? This is from Turbo Dork. And the cool thing is that it fits if you have the exemplar wet palette. Boop. It fits perfectly right in the exemplar wet palette. Dave, yeah, the white one. Yeah, this is from Turbo Dork. This is a silicone paint palette from Turbo Dork. Yeah, the flat part's a little bit harder to get stuff out of, but the wells are super easy because you just pop the paint right out. You painted a sea slug? Crochet rather? No, I have not crocheted a sea slug. I just mean out of the like more common crocheted water creatures. Turtles are very common crochet creatures. I see turtles everywhere. But I've personally never painted one. Not painted one. Crocheted one. Getting my hobbies combined. All right. Turbo Dork, yeah. They did a really cool thing where they fit it exactly in there. And I think it's because they sell them. They sell the exemplar wet palettes as well. Like they're a reseller. So they're like, might as well. Which is pretty neat, to be honest. They also had the Lucent light. If you want to combine hobbies and up the difficulty, you could crochet minis out of printing filament. Oh my god. The filament would have to be so ridiculously flexible for that to work. I don't think I've ever seen filament that's that flexible. I did, however, see someone that used clay, like polymer clay, like Sculpey or Fimo or whatever, and she made little crocheted things from that. And I was like, how? Like, how? She made little granny squares out of polymer clay, and I was like, you crazy. I did this thing with the top of this palette that I kind of regret. Oh my god, it's still wet. The glue in here is still wet. I used the top of this palette, and it stayed moist for the past 2 weeks, but to use for glue and stuff. But that's okay. It's fine. It'll dry as long as I leave this open. So I'll leave it open so it can dry. Get my palette down. All right. What shall we paint? Should I finish the base on this guy? I never finished him. Oh, I didn't even paint the inside of his mouth. I could start painting the dragon again. The big dragon. It never got a full coverage for the base coat. Oh wait, let me put away my entries really quick. I'm gonna have to figure out where I put the challenge coin for my Moonlight mini. But I'll put these guys away at the very least. I'm gonna have to get one of those tiered cabinet things for that cabinet because it's starting to get full. My trophy cabinet is starting to get full of trophies. I don't want to talk about how many dragons I have in progress right now. Tell us, Cranston. How many dragons do you have in progress right now, sir? By the way, there is another convention soon in the next couple months. I think it's October 31st to November 4th or 3rd, something like that. That's like 20 minutes from my house. It's called Dice Fest. There is, I don't think there are any painting classes, but there is a paint and take, and there is a painting competition, but it's specific to the Flying Frog Games miniatures. It's the Dice Fest is the Flying Frog Games convention that they run. So I'm going to be going to that. I got James and I tickets. Since it's only 20 minutes away, we can drive there, spend the day, and then come home and not have to stay at a hotel. And not have to feel bad about, leaving the pups, because we can just come home midway through the day if we want or whatever. Apparently, Erin Lovejoy and Liz go there every year and help support it. So I'll be there. They'll be at another convention in a couple months, which is very exciting for me. Zero Dragon's not a fan of doing them. I have started doing a Gumpla. Nice, Dave. Yeah, I really like dragons. Nearby conventions are nice. I used to be able to do that for PAX East. Yeah, I could do that for PAX West if it wasn't the same damn days as Reapercon. But, it's unfortunate. It's the same days. So, I guess I could have gone yesterday, but I will say this. I can tell that I'm getting old because I was quite literally a zombie yesterday. Like, I legitimately felt like somebody had taken all of my energy and sucked it out of my body because I didn't want to move. On Sunday when I got home at like 9. No. I got home at like 7:30 p.m. It was still pretty early. I fell asleep by 9. I didn't wake up until 8 a.m. the next morning. And even with sleeping for over 11 hours, I still had to take a nap by like noon. I was so tired. It's like my batteries were drained. Kagomi's Fury, thank you for the follow. Yeah, Shiny Mew, go for it. And sounded pretty rough. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard, right? It's like you don't get to socialize very much for a year, and then you get all your socialization within the span of 3 days, and then you're just dead afterwards. Thank you. I hate Concred today, but was doing okay yesterday. Yeah, I don't have Concred. I don't feel sick. I just was like massively lacking energy, like so tired. I actually woke up from the nap, and as soon as I ate something I felt better. So maybe I was also just like hungry and I didn't realize that I was hungry. I think one of the things that happens when I fly is that I don't feel hunger. Like I can't tell when I'm hungry, so it makes it a little bit harder because I'm just like, oh, I'm tired. Like I don't feel like I'm hungry. I'm just sleepy. A equals had. Oh. Add Concrun today. Yeah, that's fair. I think I picked up something from Reapercon. Yeah, you said you had a sinus infection or something, right? And yes, I know that there is an easier way to paint large minis, but I refuse to use my airbrush. It's also currently in the garage because I'm trying to find out how to sell it or get rid of it. Because I've never used it once. I've had it for 4 years. Or longer, I don't even know. It's probably been longer. And I have never used it. How do I get behind your face? Which one did I get? I have a Badger Patriot, I believe, is the airbrush that I have. I just don't use airbrush because I don't want to clean it. I have a hard time cleaning my brushes. I'm not going to ever clean an airbrush. No, I don't have a Vex. I never bought myself one. I figured that there was no need for me to buy myself a $250 airbrush when I know I'm never going to use it. So I did not. I bought one for someone. I can't remember who won it from me. That one year I did the stream of painting a monster for my birthday stream. But someone won one and I shipped it out to him. Sent it to him. I really like this paint color. It's very pretty. What is this? Ghoul Violet. Very pretty color. Are you painting right now, Ty? You're watching a stream. You said you were going to start painting when you were watching streams. If you're not painting right now, you better get your shit out and start doing it. Did I tell you I finished that mouse? No, you didn't. Show me a picture. For those of you that attend Reapercon, I'm not sure that most folks here know this, but after the award ceremony, we always go up and change and then go and hop in the pool for like 30 minutes. So if any of you folks are interested next year, bring your suits. Bring your bathing suits. Or don't, just wear your whatever clothes you have on. I don't care. But we always like to go and hop in the pool afterwards. It's a nice way to decompress after, you know, sitting there for 3 hours. Hi, Agu. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Last year, there was like a group of little kids that were in the pool. And it was like, they wanted to like play with us. And it was just like, no, children, it's 10:30 at night. Like, we're not going to play in the pool with you. But yeah. After the award ceremony, I go change and hop in bed for 8 hours. I was too tired the last couple of years. Maybe next year I also want to get in on the gummy bear painting comp. Yeah. I've never painted a gummy bear. I also really wanted to do a Pez dispenser. Excuse me, and I didn't do that either. I always want to like take part in everything, but I'm not a fast enough painter to do it, is the only thing. If I were faster, I would definitely do that. I think that's one of the things that I want to try this year. I want to try to get faster. I want to try to be a faster painter. Did someone else just follow? Lean FJ, thank you for the follow. Sorry, I didn't hear the sound, and I didn't see the pop up either. I think I was looking down at my Dargan. At my Dargan. But yeah, I want to try to learn how to force myself to paint faster. Because I asked one of the instructors, and he basically just said, you just have to do it. You just have to force yourself to paint faster. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess Nike. Just do it. Coffee's pest dispenser looked really good. Yeah. Yeah. See, the only thing, I have some Moonlight minis, but again, none of them were like really speaking to me. So I don't know if any of them will speak to me before next year. Oh, maybe I could do the where is that mini actually? Uh-oh. The rat. Oh no, that's the one I 3D printed, I think. The Rat King. I actually really liked the Rat King. But I don't know where he went. But maybe I'll actually do that diorama. Although again, I still am not sure how the diorama entries are like judged. Because some of the dioramas I felt like should have scored way higher than they did, and some of them that got golds, I was just like, I don't understand how you're gold. Because you're just like one mini on a base, and it's a very well painted base, but it's still just a base. I think I need to have someone tell me what the terminology actually means. Because I don't get it. The brain is out to lunch tonight. Bribery, that comp was rigged. Story is a huge factor. Okay, there was a diorama that was a cat, like a mage cat, sitting on some books. And it was very well painted. But that tiny diorama got a gold. And I'm like, what's the story? I don't like, am I just missing what the story is for this? I don't understand. I think we just all need to collectively come up with a theme and make a diorama and see what everyone does. I was very pleased, though, that Greymail got a bronze overall. Yeah, I wasn't surprised, like, about my diorama getting a bronze. Like, I totally expected it because I cheated, and, well, I didn't cheat, but I just had a picture for the background, right? My diorama was pretty, like, simple. But I still don't understand how some of them got gold. Like, I don't get it. Alright, we're probably gonna get another person coming in and trying to tell me about cheap viewers. I was about to click on it. Yeah, that's fair. I didn't think that really belonged in diorama. Last year I got a gold in diorama, and I was told it was silver level painting, but Buddy Cop story came through strong. Yeah. See, I get it when there's like a strong story, because hold on, let me see the thing. Hold on. The Thing. Um the balance of criteria, right? So just push this little jargon out of the way so I don't get paint all over my phone. But here's the balance of criteria, right? So for diorama, 10% difficulty, 20% creativity, 30%, 20% workmanship, 30% painting, and 20% presentation. But I would love to know what does difficulty mean? What does creativity mean? What does workmanship mean? Like, I would love to know what those words mean to them. Like, painting, I get. It's how well painted is the miniature. Presentation. What does presentation mean? It's for personal best. It's not ranked among other painters. No, I understand. I understand that. But like, if you're trying to get better as an individual painter and the categories don't fully make sense, it's hard to understand how to get better because I don't know how I'm being judged. That's the only thing I mean is like I would love to know what the words in each one of the categories actually means. Cuz like what does difficulty mean? Difficulty of what? And that's 10% of the score right there in diorama is difficulty. Like what is that? And then creativity, like I felt like some of those in there were super creative, but not necessarily really outside the box. Like, what kind of creativity? You know what I mean? I don't know. I would love to know more information about what the criteria actually means. Because for me, that's the biggest hindrance for me wanting to continue to submit into that category is because I don't understand the category. I was knocked points for my diorama since I had the back of the mini showing instead of the face being visible. Not sure how they were looking, unless it's artist interpretation. Yeah. And then I got my, let me see. Um, the instructors for painters, diorama. I guess it was all the same people for diorama. So Tish Walter, Michael Clayman, however you say that person's name, and then Ian. Those were the judges. And then Anthony Rodriguez was in training. And Anthony is like a pretty good buddy of mine. So I can reach out to him and just be like, please help me. Tell me how the judging works. He was like an alternate. So I would love to know what the actual like criteria means. Cause like some of them I feel like, the the painting of it or the like the story is more like traditional fantasy. But does that get you knocked for creativity because it's not like super out of the box creative? You know what I mean? Contest rule definition of criteria. Okay. So there's actually something that talks about it. Let's see. Okay, there is. There is. There was a lot of cool stuff this year. Okay, so let's see. Uh difficulty. For dioramas, many of the other considerations carry over to diorama. There are additional problems including design, creating the mood and composing the scene, building, settings, and accessories must be converted or built from scratch. The sheer number of figures, while sometimes is a minor factor, should not in itself carry that much weight. Creativity. Creativity manifests itself in the choice of subject, setting, lighting, and the additional factors involved with the miniatures. Judges should keep a sharp eye for little details that help pull the scene together. Workmanship assumes an even greater importance in dioramas, where in addition to the miniatures, it encompasses everything from the construction of the setting to the effectiveness of the lighting. Painting skill. Here it is important to be unity of style between miniatures and other elements of the scene. If the miniatures are dramatically shaded, then the vehicles and other elements should be too. The feeling should be of a scene rendered with the same brush rather than a collection of disconnected elements painted separately. Okay. Presentation overall effect. The division has the highest percentage of judging applied to presentation and overall effect. The judges will be looking for a narrative. What is the story being told? The effectiveness of the communication of the story and its creativity are also taken into account. Okay, I'll have to look at this later. because it's very long. But okay, I mean, I guess that makes sense. I still am curious about the creativity part. It's like, yeah, I feel like I feel like the definition and the outcome of some of the miniatures don't match. But that's okay. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I'm not complaining about what I got, just to be very clear, because I'm very happy with what I got. I just want to know how to be better. And I never have enough time to like go up and ask for feedback. The judges are always like inundated with people, and yeah, I never have time to like, I can't stand there and wait forever, so it's okay. We'll figure it out. Not really anything to do with the uniqueness. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I'm not like, I don't know why I think about painting dioramas, because like I am not very creative, to be honest. And also, like, all of the dioramas that I would paint would have to be really small, and I feel like it's an even bigger challenge to make a cohesive story with something tiny. Because, like, mine, I had to travel with it, and honestly, it didn't come out super well, being traveled with. And I couldn't freaking check a bag this year, which made it even harder. Because I would have put it in my checked bag, but I could not check a bag, so I had to fit all of my stuff into a small carry-on, including my clothing and everything else. Ship it to you ahead of time. Yeah, that might actually be the way to do it. I didn't know that, though. I didn't know I was going to be able to not bring a carry-on or not check a bag until the day before. I put my survey feedback how it would be cool to see a mocked judging if possible. Oh, like to see what a conversation of a piece would be. That would actually be pretty neat. I would like that. This purple is very thin. I can still see the streaks from the previous color underneath, even though I've layered on a couple of layers now. Thin purple. Guess I'll continue to drive. So I checked into my flight, and like 2 hours after I checked in, I had paid for a checked bag, and then I got a text from the airline saying, actually, here, let me find the text. Here. Alaska Air SEA baggage systems are experiencing sortation limitations. If possible, avoid checking a bag. So basically, the sorting of checked bags at the SeaTac airport was all messed up. And the email basically said, hey, like your bag might not actually make it onto your plane if you check one. So I was like, well, I don't want that to happen, because I'm going to want all of the stuff that I'm bringing with me. So I just decided to not do that, and I just fit everything into my carry-on. Yeah, I could have risked it, but I didn't want to risk it because, you know, it was either like my clothes wouldn't have gotten there, which I definitely need clothes, or my actual convention stuff wouldn't have got there, which I would have needed that as well. So I was just like, guess I'm traveling light this time. So that's what I did, and it worked out fine, but you know, it was just I wasn't planning on buying a lot of stuff anyway. Um and that actually kept me from buying a lot of stuff because I knew I wasn't going to have enough space. And I was, if I did buy a lot of stuff, I was planning on shipping it back because at the booth, at the Reaper booth, you can ship stuff. But I didn't end up buying enough to need to do that. And I was able to get all of my paint that I got from all the like bags, all the bundles and stuff, into just a little plastic baggie, and I got it through TSA fine. So it was all good. It was all good. My danger was knowing that they could ship. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I ended up Iffy asked for some stuff from them. Like he wanted the glosses and the paint triads and stuff, so I ended up getting those for him and shipping them. And shipping for like that, what was that? 7? No. It was probably like 14 paints or something. It was $18 to ship 14 paints. I was like, wow, that's insane. 14 paints. It's like nothing. It was 18 bucks. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, I'm definitely not going to be taking any of my stuff to ship it because it's going to be so expensive. So I just said, nope, we're gonna try to get these through TSA, and if TSA takes them, then I guess TSA takes them. But it was totally fine, so now I know. I honestly feel like it just depends on what airport you're going through. It depends on the TSA agent. Because I've seen folks get stuff taken, that they've traveled with many times over. So having the wife with me, so that was extra bag space. I'm so glad that she was able to come, Palos. I hope she had a really good time. She seemed like she was having fun. She did, and is planning to attend next year. Heck yes! Bring people, bring more people. Now I just need this contrast paint to dry. Oh man, contrast paint can take forever. Ah! You know what? Let's get out those skeletons. Where are my skelly boys? Here they are. Sir? I know that I talked it up to a bunch of other folks, but that D20 Tavern place was pretty cool. The atmosphere, the lighting, the DM. It was a very fun one shot. Very fun one shot experience. I guess I bought a couple of other things. I don't count these though. This basing, like, terrain stuff. I bought this because I needed it for my minis, and then some more grass, flower stuff. I have so many of these. I have ridiculous amount of this stuff. I definitely didn't need more, but I didn't bring any with me, so I had to buy some stuff while I was there. So that's what I did. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. Trying to go for next year. I would highly recommend it. It was super fun. The person I took was a pain in the ass about going, are you talking about me? The D20 Tavern was fine. I just wanted to make sure that I got my minis painted in time, which I still did. I was also a little bit worried about the time because I am an old lady. And having a game session end at 11, I thought maybe I would be, like, exhausted. But I actually was able to hold out okay. I was able to power through and stay awake. Heard it was a highlight. Yeah, it was really fun. She was busy eating chocolate. You know what? Those chocolates in my backpack came in so clutch when I was on the plane on the way home. I think I found them all. I'm fairly certain you didn't put any more in there. But I was like, man, I want some chocolate when I was on the plane, and I ate it. And it was delicious. Thankfully, my flight home, everything was on time this year. There was no delays. Last year, I had like a 2-hour delay, and so I didn't get home until like 1 a.m. Which after, you know, after Reapercon, you want to get home and you kind of just want to chill. I think it would be 2 or 3 my time, so that would be bad for me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I wish I had taken today off work. Yeah, I had yesterday off, thankfully, you know, because it was Labor Day. So most people had yesterday off. But, I definitely needed a day to not work. Because my brain was mush. I had a mush brain. I was just like sleeping for half the day. Because I was tired. So yeah, having one of the days off. Oh my gosh. Oh, the mold lines on this guy. Goodness gracious. I guess it was only on his fist right there. Got home around 6:30 yesterday. Okay. Yeah. You travel a lot for work though, don't you, Palos? I feel like you're probably used to the air travel and stuff more than some folks. I see you flying around all over the place. still super wiped out from the trips earlier in the month. Ah, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I told my boss today, I was like, I can definitely tell that I'm getting older because travel never used to make me tired. And now I need like a full day to recover from being social. A full day. It's crazy. It was really good to see everybody though. I know there were some folks that I didn't really get to spend a lot of time with. It makes me sad. I kept seeing people doing other stuff, and it was just like passing by each other, going on off to our own various adventures. There's one person that I only ever really talked to her at Reapercon, but we share some of the same hobbies. Like she likes there's this person on um Instagram and other various locations that sculpts like little dragons. And I remember seeing her entry in the convention and being like, oh my gosh, this looks like that one person's thing. And I talked to her afterwards and I was like, do you like dragons and beasties? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, me too. Like, I've been following that person forever. And so, you know, we have some stuff in common. We'd taken some classes together and stuff. But I only really got to see her for like a couple seconds this time around. We were both doing our own thing for so much of the con that we never really got to stop and chat. And I don't think she really watches Twitch either. So, be the only time. I'll have to just message her outside of the con. But she was like trying to see if we had any overlapping classes, and I was like, no. There ended up being a class that she wanted to take that I was taking, and then I found one of the same content, and she ended up taking that one. There was one ticket open for it, so she ended up taking that class. But yeah, you were happy to see Mocha there. Me too. I haven't seen Mocha in so long. I feel like when you're a streamer and you stop streaming, it's hard to like stay up with everyone because there's just so many people to talk to. So I think she looked like she was doing well. She looked pretty happy and, you know, very healthy and stuff, so I was glad that she was there this year again. I wish I'd gotten to talk to her more, but I only saw her like the first day, like the registration day, and then like again just off in the distance the rest of the time. I was shocked when my director asked me how my long weekend was, and I was like, "Cool, what do you need from me?" And he was like, "No, I'm just curious if you enjoyed your long weekend." Yeah, it's nice to have a boss that actually cares about you and not just what you can do for them, huh? You'll get used to it. You'll get used to it, Swallow. It'll take a little while, but you'll get used to it. It was great to see Mocha. Yeah. I don't know if I'm friends with her on anything else. But I don't think she posts on social media really anymore. Like, at all. So I haven't seen anything to do with her for such a long time. Like I said, if you're a streamer and then you stop streaming, trying to keep up with everybody is real hard because there's a lot of people out there and there's only one of you. She went back to get an advanced degree. Oh, really? I really need to get back into painting minis. I have too many that need to be painted. Oh, you're telling me. You're telling me. I just got my Kickstarter, my Bone 6 Kickstarter. And it's probably about 500 minis, maybe more than that. And that's just the one Kickstarter. Still not gotten the email on mine. Yeah, I was saying before, but I think it's probably because I didn't buy everything this time. Fall into each other. I didn't buy everything this time. I didn't get the paints at all, and I didn't get the lighthouse, I think. So mine shipped and I already received it. Which did you get for that Kickstarter? I mean, I can show you if you want. I can bring it over here and we can look through it. Which sets? I got the Lost Tombs of Hakar, Denizens of the Dungeon, Shadows of Solenhall, the Green Griffin, the Corset, Briarwood Vale. What are you? You're falling out. I think this is the Anniversary Dragon. This gigantic thing here. I think this is the Anniversary Dragon. The wings are inside of this. What else is in here? I got all of the sets. What are you? Oh, I got the Chibi Goblins. The Chibi Goblin set. If you can see them through the plastic. What is this? This looks like a statue guy. I don't know what this is. There's not a name on it. What's this? This is also a dragon, but I don't know which one because again, it doesn't have like the last one had names of the dragons on them. This one doesn't have names. But this is also a dragon. It's a smaller one than the Anniversary Dragon. Charandar. What's this? These are just like the chibi heroes. All the chibi heroes. Kyle. Oh, that's Kyle. What is this? These are like owlbears. And a baby owlbear. Oh my gosh, the baby owlbear! It's so cute! And then this is... Oh, maybe I did get the lighthouse. I think this is the lighthouse. Is that the lighthouse? Yeah, I guess I did get the lighthouse. What is this thing? Oh, it's the top of the lighthouse. There are 2 baby owl bears. Oh my gosh. So cute. Yeah, I didn't open any of that stuff up. Like, open it. I was gonna do like an unboxing on my stream, and then I was like, everybody's here. Everybody that's here is already like knows what all this stuff is. Hi, Beal. I only bought the anniversary dragon because I totally forgot to complete my pledge. Oh no. Yeah, I have my bone 6. That's what we were just looking at. We were just looking at all the stuff. I got the Lost Tombs of Hakar, Denizens of the Dungeon, Shadows of Sullenhall, Green Griffin, Browderwood Vale, the Corset, and then a bunch of the little small extras. I think if you wanted to, you would have already seen it already for sure. Let's get this back over here. You gotta show off the goods. I actually looked through it because I was like, is anything speaking to me to paint for Reapercon? Because, you know, I was trying to find some stuff, and I was like, maybe some of my Bone 6 stuff will be good to paint. And then I looked through it all, and I was like, nothing is speaking to me. I got what you meant. But yeah. I did look through a bunch of it, and then I decided to just paint other stuff for Reapercon this year. Did you go to Nova, Bill? Is that where you attended this year? I saw you had painted some stuff. My energy levels are waning right now. I think I'm still recovering. I was at Nova, a first ever for a con. I had something stolen from me. Someone took your brush case. Oh no. Oh my gosh, that sucks so much. That sucks. After last year, for those of you who weren't aware, I'm sure everybody here probably already knew, but some of the minis from Artist Alley got stolen. Like, somebody went and stole some of the minis from Artist Alley. And so this year they had cameras. They had cameras in the not in the vendor hall. Well, probably also in the vendor hall. But they had cameras in the regular hall. They had cameras looking over Artist Alley. They had cameras looking over the paint and take area stuff. And they actually shut the doors and locked everyone out after 11 or midnight every night. They closed the hall fully and wouldn't let folks back in until the morning to try to keep people from stealing from Artist Alley. So, yeah. Worse than losing the brushes, it was one of the red monument cases. They only sold the red one for a bit when they first released the case. Oh my gosh, that sucks. I'm so sorry. I wonder if you could reach out and see if they have any, if they'd be willing to send you one. Sometimes there's like overstock of that kind of stuff. They might have one. I don't know what the Monuments customer service is like, but I don't think it would hurt to reach out to their customer service to see. That's the kind of stuff that I like to do. when it comes to customer service. I like to, you know, help people out. All right, let's get a nice light so that I can start highlighting this Jargon's face up. Let's use Kraken Purple. I think is Hey, you never know. There was one time where a person wrote in for his friend, wrote into player support for his friend because his friend's house burned down and they lost everything in their house. And the guy was asking if we had a specific item that was given away at the in-person games. It was literally an orange, like an orange stress ball, like a stress ball in the shape of an orange. It looked like an orange, and it probably had like a logo or something on it. I don't know exactly, but it had been years since we had those. And he was just like, if possible, I want to see if you guys can send me one for him. And we didn't have them anymore, but I walked around to the folks that were around where my seating area was, and I saw a few on people's desks. And I was like, hey, like, told them what was going on. And I was like, can I have them? Like, people aren't using them. They're just literally desk ornaments. And they were like, yeah, take it. So then I got a bunch of stuff together for him, and I put together it with, oh my god, the context for this is it's so much context, but essentially it was a League of Legends character named Gangplank. He's a pirate, and one of the things that he would do, like one of his animations, was just like eating an orange, or maybe just having an orange. I don't actually remember now. But that's why we made the oranges, the stress balls. Anyway, I got together a little pirate's chest, and I put together some stuff, and I sent it off for him and his family. But I would say it's better to ask, because you never know. You never know if they'll have it and if they'll be willing to part with it, and it doesn't hurt to ask. If someone who works there had a red case, I don't want to take that from them. I mean, okay, but the thing is like, if they work there, they probably wouldn't mind for a fan, you know? Just saying. A closed mouth don't get fed. Exactly. No, but I really like doing that kind of stuff for people. Because it's like, obviously, you're a supporter and you've been a supporter for a long time. I think it's okay. All right, this is going to be a lot of just highlighting scales. Tiny dashes. Dots and dashes class, everybody. Hi, Russian Blue. Thank you so much for the stickers. I love them. I loved Rhonda's RVE Scales class. I wonder if those classes exist online anywhere. I would love to see my own from however many years ago that was. They're still on Reaper's YouTube? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to go and watch the one that I taught. And I use the word taught very lightly because it was just a conversation that was had between a couple of streamers about how to stream miniature painting or whatever. Yeah, that's why the term taught should be used very loosely. I think it was like me, Zambies, and Gamer Dad, maybe? I don't know, it was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. Yes, Bill, I did. I had a very good Reapercon. I think I'm still recovering from the tiredness of it because I feel very wore out right now. It just like hit me. A wave of sleepiness just hit me. Um, but it was very good. I was so happy to see the folks that joined. So many people didn't make it this year though. Like so many of the people that I normally hang out with didn't make it. Our table was like fairly empty the entire con. It was very sad. How'd you do in the show? I got a bronze in diorama and then a silver in painters, which was about what I was expecting for both. I was a little bit worried about my painters category one because, I haven't painted a ton in the last year, so I wasn't sure if that was going to show. Um, Last year I got a high silver. This year I got a straight silver. So, my skills did go down a little bit, but it wasn't so much that I feel bad about it. I haven't been painting as much as I should. So, oh, thanks, Cookie. Yeah, I was very happy with my results. I talked a little bit before about what the categorization of diorama, like how you place, because I definitely I'm not really understanding what makes a good diorama, but I also feel like I'm not the most creative person ever, and that's probably part of it. So, yeah. I struggle with the creativity part. But it was really fun. I showed off all of the stuff that I brought home earlier. but it wasn't a ton of stuff. I tried to not overspend this year because I always bring home way more than I can paint. Yeah, and I already have a ton of stuff. So I tried really hard this year to only purchase things that I knew I would for sure want to paint, and I think I did pretty good. So I'm happy. Think of a scene from a movie or a book that include and as many details as you can. Yeah. I only bought one thing at Nova. Nice. I got some of the VIP sets and stuff. Um, I got the meet and greet bundle, and then I got the VIP. Maybe the VIP was the meet and greet bundle. I don't know. There were two different bundles that you could get, and I got both of those. So one thing that made it home. The other wasn't the case. Oh, what was the other thing that you bought? Was it a brush? A brush, yeah. I'm sorry, that sucks. Well, I don't think that anyone here is in the general area of where I live, but there is a convention. I was talking about it a little bit earlier. There's a convention that is going on October 31st to November 2nd or something, called Dice Fest. And I will be going to that because it's 20 minutes from my house. So, if any of you are in the Washington area and are going to Dice Fest, please let me know because it would be cool to hang out. There's a painting competition. There's a paint and take. I don't believe there are any classes, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Aaron Lovejoy is going to go for sure. I borrowed a couple brushes for my final class. That was the painting emotions, expressions on a figure, the one you saw in the instas. That is Angie. Yeah. Yeah, your paint jobs looked really, really nice. We all secretly live next door. The place is mostly underground. I know that one person that comes here from time to time lives pretty close to me. Um, but I haven't seen him since he told me that. And I messaged him on Discord, but he never got back to me again. So I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna go or not. I guess I could try messaging him again and see if he'll answer this time. I've been taking art classes even though not painting related. Oh yeah, honestly, um, anything that relates to learning about color theory will probably help with painting. Even if it's not even if you're not directly painting. I feel like those that have studied art in the past have such a such a boost to their skill because the like you already understand color theory or how colors work with each other so much more. It's like people like Zambies who are really good artists already. Like they've done other forms of art and they really thoroughly understand color theory. That's how they are able to like just run into the hobby and just like get super good at it super fast. I have enough points I could probably do it, but I am traveled out. Yeah, for sure. I've been in a life drawing class and I'll be in an oil painting canvas class coming in the fall. That's so cool. That's the one thing that like I still don't think I'll ever be able to do. This dragon's looking pretty dope already. Look at that. That looks pretty cool. Excuse me. Like traditional drawing, traditional painting and stuff. That stuff is hard. Bill, I've been seeing the ads for the painting classes at CCAD and I was thinking about them. 5.5? Yeah, that was probably about 5.5. See that. I'm eating my hair. You totally should. Yeah, I was thinking about like other dioramas that I could do too, and I was just like, I don't understand where people get the stuff that they use for their dioramas. Like, it must be mostly handcrafted, but like, okay, so one of the dioramas that I was thinking about before would require me to find minis that are minis that I've not ever been able to find. So it's like, do people just like 3D model their own, or like how does that work? They just craft them? People just like craft minis for dioramas? Or they reach out to folks to get minis made for them? Or like, where do these people find these minis at? Or are they just making them? College of Art and Design, they have some workshops in oil painting. Oil painting and color theory, etc. I asked Jack if I need to find a one-off mini. What are you looking for that you've never been able to find? So, like, one of the things, Michael's for terrain modified them as needed. Okay. One of the things that I wanted to do as my diorama was like, I wanted to have a. Okay, so I have some of the minis here. One moment. Wanted to have this throne. This throne right here. I 3D printed this. This throne, and then I was gonna have a rat king, in front of it here, and then I was gonna take this mini, whose arm broke off because I'm terrible at storing my minis, especially the 3D printed ones. But she's like a rogue. It's a cat rogue, so it's cat, and then it would be rats. And I was gonna put her like standing behind the throne here, and the Rat King was going to be right in the front, and I was going to have like a couple of steps down, and then a bunch of little rat folk. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do like rat folk villagers or like rat folk um like uh what are they called, like these guys, like rat um like an army of rats. um but I had the Rat King from whatchamacallit, Moonlight Minis. The Rat King is so cute from Moonlight Minis. Well, I mean, he's cute. He's rat. But I just need to get a bunch of like either villagers or like an army of rats um, printed. And so I had a couple. Like I have this one, this like mouse. I think he's a mouse, not a rat. I don't know. Either way, I had two different ones, and I was just like, oh, I need like a variety of ones. Um, but I wanted them to be like on the cuter side, if that makes sense, because like the cat is cute. Um, and so I didn't want them to be like gross rats. I wanted them to be like cuter rats, but I couldn't find any like cuter ones. And I had looked like, and I very much couldn't find like rat villagers. So I have the Rat King, and I have the throne, and I have like a couple of um yeah, mouselings would work. I just couldn't find, like, I couldn't find ones in enough different poses um to, yeah, I couldn't find enough poses to like make what would look like a good diorama. So that's why I kind of stopped looking. And also, it took me. Oh, here we go. There's these rat folk riders. These must be newer. I mean, that might work. Chopping off arms and repositioning. Yeah. Um. Anyway, I couldn't find what I was looking for last year, and I was also trying to 3D print them, and it was driving me absolutely insane because when I was 3D printing them, it was just failing over and over and over and over and over. My resin 3D prints were just failing and failing and failing and failing and failing, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like I literally no, you're good, Bill. I mean, if you can find ones that look like they would work for what I'm using, I'm totally fine with it. Wolf Knight, have a wonderful night. Thank you for coming in and chatting. Really appreciate it. I love talking to folks, so I hope you have a wonderful sleep, and I hope you feel very refreshed tomorrow. Um, if I could find good rat miniatures, I might actually do the diorama this time. Um, I just couldn't find what I was looking for last year, and the things that I was trying to 3D print were just failing. And I spent an entire weekend trying to get my resin 3D printer to work, and it just would not. Um, and so I got frustrated, and I said, I'm done with this, and I gave up. So I think going forward, if I am able to find the minis that I want, I just need to like outsource print them. I just need to find somebody to print them for me instead of trying to print them myself, because that part it drives me crazy. But yeah, mouse folk might work. It would also just be a lot of minis to paint. But I guess if I started now, I got time, right? If I started now for next year, I should have enough time. I have thought about doing 3D printing, but I do not know how the bad failure rate is on them without lots of knowledge. I mean, I think it depends on the printer, it depends on a bunch of things really. Um I'm the kind of person that I don't like to tinker. I like it when things are plug and play and they just work. So that's why it's hard for me. I had that going on. Prints failing left and right. Took an old desk sized header that I used a previous job, started using it, and I got much more consistent results now. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just need to. I need to stop thinking that I can do everything myself. Because that's the kind of person that I am. I try to do everything myself and it doesn't work. And then I get frustrated and sad and disheartened. And then I give up entirely. Oh, a heater. Yeah, that makes sense. I've heard that if the build plate isn't consistently heated, that it can cause a lot of failures, especially when it comes to resin. I just need to make my husband actually like do that stuff for me and be the one that figures it out. He's a house husband now because he got laid off, so I could make him do it. Be like, you're figuring this out for me. You're gonna make it work. I can hear Cora licking her chops in the background. I wonder if you can see her. Can't see her because my Reaper box is in the way. She's back there. Oh, there she is. Oh my gosh. Why are you licking your chops? This camera does not like to stay. There we go. My resin printer always works fine, but I have mine in a grow tent because of the fumes, the filters in there too. Elegoo Saturn 4? Okay. I have an Anycubic Photon Ultra, and another one. I think it's a Mars. I think the other one I have is a Mars. Because hope springs eternal that treats are coming. It's true. She always just licks her chops. I don't know why she does that. I think it's like a sleepy thing. She's still doing it. Maybe she's just licking the floor, actually. think she's just licking the floor. She's such a weirdo. I was going to get an Elegoo Mars at Prince Faster, but it's not as detailed as a Saturn. Oh, I see. Those are on camera. You got to see my face! My big face! I think the reason I got the Mars was because it was a fast print, um, a fast printer. And I was like, I want speedy prints. But then none of my prints freaking worked. I think I'm gonna finish the scales on the side of the neck here. And then we're gonna call it. Because I could do this forever. But my brain is starting to shut off a little bit. And I'm tired. I'm getting tired. I'm still recovering from the convention. Same. Good night, Palos. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate everyone that came in and was chilling with me today. I see some folks from Reapercon that I don't see very often in my streams, so thank you for coming to hang out. I miss you already very much. For those of you that didn't get to come to Reapercon this year because you were doing something else or you just weren't able to make it, I miss you too. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're able to come next year, or, you know, if Reaper decides to change the dates of Reapercon, which I know was a potential, then maybe I can go to another con next year that is on the same dates as the 4 others. What is it? Dragon Con, Nova Open, Reapercon, and PAX West. 4 fairly large conventions that I would be interested in attending. All on the same freaking days. It's because it's a holiday weekend. But still. Oh my gosh, this is so awkward. Trying to get into this, like, spot in here. I can't do it. Oh, goodness. Okay, well, glad I haven't painted that part of the dragon yet. Okay, good enough for me. Goodness gracious. Alright, we did it. Oh my god, the emotes are covering your name. Mr. Captors, thank you for the follow. I might do PAX or Reaper next year. Well, if PAX West is on the same days as Reapercon next year, I'll probably still go to Reapercon. Unless I need to go to PAX West for work, which I don't think I will, but you never know. But if they're not on the same days, then maybe I can actually go to both. Seeing as I live in the freaking vicinity of PAX West. Alright, that's looking pretty cool. That's looking pretty cool so far. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Scales, baby. Alright. Let's find someone to raid. 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 Let's see, we've got... Wapple. Wapple just started streaming. Let's push y'all to Wapple's stream. Alright, folks. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate y'all. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. This is coming. This is coming along pretty well. I'm very happy with how it looks so far already. It's pretty good. But alright, that's it for me for tonight. We'll see y'all next time, which is probably Friday. Until then, I hope y'all stay happy and healthy. For those of you Congoers, get some rest. I'm sure you're all still recovering as well. And we will see you next time. Bye!